And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace as we begin a Thursday morning. It is glad to have you back, Candace.
Well, thank you.
There's a rumor floating around that you've already gotten the cell number of the Marine. Is the head of the base where your son is, where you can text him?
I have not. Why would you?
That's what I heard.
No, you are telling a story.
If you're wondering,
that does not happen. Just so y'all know.
I'm not so sure. Candace's son has gone off to basic training, and she's doing everything she can to stay in touch.
Yeah, no, we were just joking about that because that don't happen. But no, I wish. But no, he did get to call yesterday.
Where they could sit, maybe do some selfies.
Oh yeah, no, they can't do none of that. So, but they did. I was expecting a real quick, super quick, 30-second phone call because that's what I had been told, and he actually got to call his dad and then give him his information. And then he called me and I didn't realize, I'm sitting here trying to jam everything I want to tell him in just a minute. And we could have talked longer, but I didn't know that. So I was kind of rushing. And so I found out he had 5 minutes.
So what time of day did you get the phone call? Early or late?
It was late yesterday. It was around 4 something.
I'm just curious for parents that have their kids going off to kind of know what to expect for basic training.
I don't know that it would be like that every time. I think it just depends. There's a steps that they go through of things they have to get done, and then the initial phone call takes place after the things are done. So I guess it just depends on how long it takes them to get all that other stuff done, and then they get to call. He got
roughly 5 minutes to talk to you and...
Yeah, I think a total of 5 minutes for me and his dad.
Okay.
So his dad told him, give me your information, then call your mom and spend the most time talking to her. So I appreciated that. But I just wish I'd have known that while I was on the phone with him because he didn't say much. He just kind of answered my questions if I asked him anything. And I think he's going to be okay. I mean, I think he's not one to show emotion. Anyway.
The question is not whether your son's going to be okay.
Now,
it's
I don't
whether
know that I'm going to make it.
Mom is going to make it. I think that's the big story here as we begin this.
I will get through it. I mean, I have the easy part over here, even though it is hard. He's the one that's got the hardest part over there trying to deal with everything and, being yelled at and all that. So
that's what it takes there, though. But there's a lot of people that relate to this who've been down this road before. And then graduation will also be a moment there also as they get out of basic training.
Yes, and I hope we get to go to that. I hope they'll allow parents to come because they haven't up until this point. So hopefully that'll be able to take place. But if not, I think they live stream it. We'll get to watch it that way. But
I'm not so sure they don't have your picture at the base where you enter.
If you see this lady, lock the door.
But, and I say that jokingly, but as well as I do, there has probably been some moms that did show up at bases where their sons were.
And I sympathize. I sympathize with them,
But I guarantee you that has happened.
Probably so.
They just couldn't be away from their baby that long.
Goodness.
We'd like to welcome you to our morning show. I'm Scotty Ray along with Candace as we do this each weekday morning, 8 until 9 a.m.
Right.
We're here to take your questions. If you've never seen this before, you can talk to us on social media as we're live on television here on MeTV. Flip over to Facebook and go to Scotty Ray's Weather, or on YouTube, do the same thing, or on Twitch, and you can communicate with us as we do this live.
That's right. And watch it on TV at the same time if you want to.
Neat little thing there.
I think isn't it 284 on Comcast?
If
you have Comcast,
so.
I think it's 284.
I'm not so sure about that. Let me see here. Let me take a look here. I can look that up if I'm smart enough to. I think
it's 284. I might be wrong.
I was thinking you had it a little reversed there, but I'll look at this.
248, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking, but I'm not 100.
I might have got that backwards. But anyway, Scotty Ray's going to check on it for us.
As let's see here.
I think it is 248.
Yeah, I'm almost.
What I said, 248.
Yeah, right there. It is
248. I had it backwards.
Yeah, see there. And on the Mac South, you can get it on channel 114.
Yes.
24.3 on your antenna.
Yeah.
So that we sound like we know what we're talking about.
But Dish and Direct, I don't think have it.
No, they do not. So it's Comcast. Join us here or on your television thing there. So there are a few things going on. And I found some things that were interesting I thought we'd share that went down on this date. It was 1953, Candace, that Gladys was crying about right now. She was all upset because her baby boy was graduating from high school.
It's a big deal.
Elvis walked the aisle there in Memphis, Tennessee, as he graduated high school. And I'm sure that she did cry a little bit there. This was, and I spelled Laryy wrong, so it'll be okay, but Laryy King debuted, and what a name he was on CNN for so many years. There isn't a movie that you watched during the 80s and 90s that didn't have Laryy King in the background of a movie.
Yeah.
So he really became known as the talk show guy on news networks.
And had many wives.
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
He could afford them. He was still knocking down like $20 million a year when he passed away in his late 80s or 90s, whatever he was. Do you remember this movie, Tom Hanks, Big? Do you remember that movie?
I do. That was a cute movie.
Came out in 1988 on this day. And I'd forgotten that Penny Marshall, who used to be from Laverne and Shirley, was even in that movie.
What did she play in that movie? I can't remember her being in the movie either, but he goes to bed as a young boy, like what, a teenage boy?
Yeah.
And wishes he was big for whatever reason. I can't remember. Wishes he was like an adult, and then he wakes up.
You remember he goes up to that little thing and gets the ticket, and it makes him...
To the fortune teller guy in the glass case.
But I really don't remember what Penny Marshall's gig in that was.
I can't remember either. But.
And to think that her and Laverne didn't get along.
And
you know, and I didn't realize.
I used to watch that, Laverne and Shirley.
As it got older, I don't know if you noticed those older episodes, they got rid of Shirley. Chunked her off the show.
Yeah.
So, anyway, 1996. Boy, I still love this song. It is great. It was #1 on this date here. George Strait and Carried Away. They released it upon this date.
That was a really good song.
It's really hard to find a bad George Strait song. I don't care how you look, what you do. Also, 1997, Tim McGraw released this album, Everywhere. Of course, it released It's Your Love. I never really liked that song.
I didn't care for that one either.
That was just some whiny stuff that him and Faith should have sang at home.
Yeah, I didn't care for it. I don't know exactly why. It was just like repertoire, like, it just repeated the same.
And it's also like that Clint Black song with his wife, Lisa Hartman Black, When I Said I Do. Oh, my heavens. If I ever hear that song again in my life.
Goodness.
I mean, it really makes me break a knob if I hear it come on.
Let's hope they don't see this.
Now, this is the date.
Ever.
Kenny Chesney. I mean, I have been at many party back in the early days where Kenny Chesney was there, and he was really a nobody. Sat there, he got dropped from 3 to 5 different record labels. Couldn't get a hit. Me and Debbie were in Nashville, I don't know, in the mid-'90s, and he was at the party, sat with us all night. Nobody talked to him.
Yeah.
It would take upon this date, and it took this for him to get recognized. Him and Tim McGraw were piling around, and he asked this old girl, he goes, "You care if I ride your daddy's horse?" And she goes, "Sure." Well, her daddy was a police officer, and she forgot to ask Daddy.
Oh.
So Kenny jumps on the horse.
I remember this, but for some reason, I thought it was Tim McGraw.
He got arrested too.
That jumped on the horse.
Tim gets in trouble because the cops take off after Kenny, and he's on the horse. He comes back, and they go to jump him, and Tim McGraw jumps on the cops. So both of them, and it ended up that I believe that Kenny only got $1,000 bail, and it was $3,000 for Tim because his were more serious charges because he jumped on the cops.
Yeah, 2nd-degree assault is what he got.
But
That's what it said.
This is what made Kenny a household name. Had that event not happened, it put him in the spotlight, his name in front of everybody where he'd never been before.
Yeah.
And it catapulted. Is that the word?
Yeah, pretty much.
Get out of here. I used a word I don't normally use.
Famous overnight.
And there you go. Kenny Chesney for the last 20 years has been big because of that event.
I bet he don't jump on horses like that anymore.
No, but it did make him famous. Let's see here. And I bring this up because I was such a Chuck Norris fan. Did you ever watch Lone Wolf McQuade?
No, I didn't like those type movies. I've said this numerous times, Scotty Ray. I was like comedy. I like funny things.
But they took Chuck Norris, and everybody remembers the scene, and they buried him in his Dodge truck. Buried him for dead with a bulldozer. He cranks it up and climbs out. Well, this was his enemy, David Carradine. This is the guy. He passed away on this date in 2009. And David Carradine was a karate thing who made it big in all these movies. And I bring this up because this is not the way you want to die. Mm-hmm. Do you remember this?
No, I don't. But I do remember him in movies. I didn't sit and watch the whole movie, but I remember seeing him in several.
They found him in a motel dressed in women's clothes with fishnet stockings.
Oh, goodness.
He had been involved in one of those things to where you choked yourself in the middle of whoopee or something like that,
okay.
and it killed him.
A little too much information.
Well, that's a nice way of working, but that's how he went out of this world.
That would be awful.
And all of his tough guy movie roles boils down to he was wearing fishnet stockings in a motel room.
That probably wouldn't have been as good of a movie with fishnet stockings doing karate. I don't know.
But Chuck Norris, Invasion USA, I mean, boy, he was good. But David Carradine, that's what happened to him, if you ever wanted to know. Other birthdays that was on this day, and we'll call her a one-hit wonder, Jamie O'Neill. She had several hits back in the early 2000s. And also Tony Curtis had a birthday on this day.
That's Jamie Lee Curtis's dad.
I forgot about that.
I think he kind of liked to dress kind of.
Did he?
If I'm not mistaken, I thought.
The day of the let's wear what we want to work.
Yeah. I think he was doing it way back when. Maybe.
Tony Curtis. Yeah. I did not know that.
I think. I'm not.
We'll have to do some Googling on that one. But, wow.
But anyway, that's Jamie Lee Curtis's dad. She's a big star. She's always been real popular in the movies.
And you say those things, and I remember watching, do you remember the CSI shows? Mm-hmm. I remember watching an episode where they come up on a murder. And I guess you never know what weird things do, but apparently there's a group of people in this world that as adults, like to wear diapers. And they done an episode of a guy that got killed wearing his diaper.
Oh, goodness.
And they would pay people to dress them in the diapers. And that's and I was thinking here, that
every time we talk about stuff like that, it takes me back to the ones that we talked about, like to dress like horses and.
Oh yeah, that show, my fetish.
Yeah, weird. This woman dressed like a horse and was running around an arena, like doing the horse sounds and like trotting and all this.
She bought a bridle and put it in her own mouth and would pull it and go.
Yeah, crazy. You might be a little bit.
There, and the lady that ate the mattress because she enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, goodness, I just don't understand that. I mean, down to the spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some weird people in this world, y'all. And we ain't one of them. I just want to point that out.
No, not. I ain't running around like a horse.
I wonder if that show still comes on.
There was another one that she acted like a dog. Do you remember that?
I missed that one.
They pitch toys and she'd go dive after them. She, lapped water up out of a bowl. Like,
Holy smoke.
Yeah. I mean, just... Sometimes, you think maybe these people are just doing this for like a YouTube channel to get viewers, and maybe that's why, but you have got to be majorly desperate to do something like that.
I ain't doing it. I want viewers, but I ain't doing none of that.
Me either.
So I'm going to check into that so we can watch a few more episodes to have something to talk about.
Yeah, we hope y'all watch, but we won't be dressing like horses or dogs or anything.
Anyway, that throws me off there. Rattle my cage there.
Oh, goodness.
As we turn to talk about a few things I do know, and that's Joe out of the Piggly Wiggly, a great new set of specials that are going on this week. If you're looking for blueberries, and a lot of people make different things with blueberries, I have found out that my wife's chickens love blueberries.
Oh, goodness.
So feed your chickens.
We were going to bring a blueberry dessert the other night.
But
they were out of blueberries.
It's popular.
So we did the strawberries.
There you go. 2 for $5 if you're looking for strawberries. Also corn. Look at here. If you're looking for fresh yellow corn, $1.99 for that 3-pack along with the onion bunches. You can get the Vidalia onions, 99 cents a pound. Also the dill chips. If you're looking for some of these for your hamburgers, they're there. Ragu. If you're going to be making spaghetti, that's always great. 2 for $3 for that 24-ounce jar. You can get the Piggly Wiggly mustard, 79 cents. A bargain on that also. The Chex Mix, and you can't put these down if you take one bite. I'm warning you. The Chex Mix is just, it draws you in.
Mm-hmm. My grandmother used to make the best Chex Mix at like Christmas. She'd do all this stuff. Yeah, it was the greatest.
Get you a bag of that along with crystal sugar, along with the New York strips, $12.99 a pound, along with pork chops. Yeah, the center cut. You can also get the boneless pork loin, drinks, Gatorade there, the 6-pack, 2 for $7. There's a whole lot more that you can pick up there with Coca-Cola products and water, all at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. See this man right here, Joe. They're going to smile, take care of you, and treat you right at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville.
My family is the most important thing in my life. I don't have a high-paying job, and I'm proud that I always put raising my kids above everything else. But when I got into a serious car accident, I needed money. The surgeries cost more than I make in a year, so I called Richard Schwartz. He got me the money I deserved. I'm Darrell from Jackson, Mississippi, saying thank you, Richard.
Remember, I'm your Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz. I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
And welcome back to Scotty Ray and Candace. Glad that you decided to spend a few moments with us this morning.
It is. We are always glad when you comment, when you watch anything.
Right.
We're just happy that y'all are joining us every morning.
Let's see.
And,
we hadn't said any good mornings, have we?
We've got all these comments up here. Denise Wheat, good morning to you, and Milton Sable. Good morning.
Also, Miss Rachel Garrison joining us. We do appreciate that.
Yeah, go ahead.
To answer that one
Well,
there.
Pat Gibson, she says, what channel is it on TV live? It is 248 Comcast.
And 24.3 on your antenna.
Right.
If you want to join us.
I got it
there.
wrong a while ago. I said 284 is not. It's 248.
There you go. Also, Miss Donna Sue Peebles, I said that wrong, joins us today, along with, is it Fanny Stovall?
I think that's what it is, Fanny.
I'm trying my best to get that.
Lisa Camario says, good morning from Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Yeah. Also, Miss Gail Daniel joins. Hey, Candace, I know you can't, but worry
Yes.
about your boy.
This is a couple. Well, this is Gail. We met them, she and her husband, excuse me, I'll get it out in a minute, when we were camping. And they're wonderful people. And we kind of like keep in touch through Facebook. She's a wonderful lady. So thank you so much. But yeah, I worry. It is, but I appreciate all the prayers, So.
Nothing like that heart
I
there.
know.
Pat Banks, good morning to you, along with Miss Donna Roseman, also watching us.
Denise Covington, good morning to you. She says, blessings, beautiful people.
Oh, look at there. Also, Miss Joyce Godwin watching today. Tiffany Allen, how are you today? Good morning to you also.
Linda Culpepper says, good morning from North Alabama.
Sarah Neese is watching, and also from Collinsville out at Twiddly Branch Road, Miss Denise Covington is joining us. Thank you. We'd love to hear from you as well. All you have to do is find us on Facebook, Scotty Ray's Weather, or on YouTube, and join us to add to the conversation. We have to do a That a Boy to the Meridian Police Department as headlines this morning, as another arrest was made. A wanted fugitive was taken off the streets yesterday. The Special Ops Operation Unit and U.S. Marshals apprehended a wanted fugitive yesterday afternoon, Ricky DeMarcus Tubbs. He had 3 federal charges for sale of heroin, sale of fentanyl, and felony of possession firearm. No incidents happened. He was taken into custody. So that's good news.
Anytime we can get this mess off of our streets,
Yeah.
all this drugs and stuff, I welcome that. Thank goodness they're doing something about it.
Yeah. And, I wouldn't, that has to be when you go to make an arrest, because you don't know what you're going to walk into.
Yeah. And this fentanyl, I think that's the way you say it. This is one of the major drugs coming across the border.
I saw in New York where they pulled a lady over, had a 4-year-old child in the back seat, and she had, they said it was powerful enough to kill like 1 million people. She had that much.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what that equates to.
Well, they say that, because I heard one of the law officers on TV the other day talking about it, that, when they come across the border with these drugs, they know exactly where they're going. They had a shipment going to New York City. They have shipments. They know where they're going. It's not like they randomly come across and go, oh, let's try to sell this here and there. They know. It is an organized
Crime network?
Crime network. Yes, it is. And so, I wish that there was a little more being done at the border as far as like, they were able to do more. I think if it was backed from Washington a little better.
Well, and I wish this could have happened, because Trump made the offer when he was president to the Mexican government. He goes, do you want us to come in and take out the cartel with you? We'll be glad to come help. That would have put an end to it, but they were scared.
Right.
As we see all this stuff in Mexico every day where they are targeting cops now that are not on their payroll. They're burning their houses and killing cops in Mexico right now. The cartel is.
Yeah.
It's a headline every day over there.
I know that like the people at the law enforcement in Texas and our border patrols, and they want to do more. They want things done. And it's just kind of like they have their hands tied, so anyway, or they're not being backed enough. So, but anyway, some more good mornings. Jan Gunn, good morning from Meridian Ophthalmic Associates.
Boy, I'm glad you said that word. I can't even, I don't know how to say that.
Ophthalmic.
What do they do?
Eyes.
Oh, why don't they just say the eye associates? Because the rest of
That's
us.
a different clinic.
Oh, okay. Well, I have.
But yeah, that's just ophthalmic associates. Margot Sumrall, she says, "Good morning, y'all." She's in Matherville, Mississippi.
No,
I
we'll
said
get
that
out of
right.
here.
I hope I said it
Matherville.
right.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Also, JT Rigdon joining us as well. And Cecil Rhodes. Hello and good morning to all there. Here's something that caught my eye early this morning as I was flopping, because we've talked about companies that get really political and, where we see this where they're training people. And, well, other people are saying we're not taking it anymore. North Carolina steps up to the plate. Here's the headline this morning to where an entire county is banning Coca-Cola machines. And they said that your ideas are left-wing. They have no reason being in politics. And they're banning all Coca-Cola machines, getting them to take them out in all county buildings in North Carolina. That's pretty serious.
It has to do with the voter law thing, too, over there, I think. It's got a lot to do with that.
So they're taking them out. Will this be a trend now to where counties go, we've had enough, get your product out? I don't know. The town that it takes place in, they have about 73,000 people in the city. That's roughly a tad bigger than the Meridian area. But it can't help them, that's for sure.
Right. Yeah, I think that people need to stand their ground about these voter laws. Because, I mean, to me, there's nothing wrong with needing people to show an ID and all that kind of stuff just to, take precaution that there is not any kind of wrongdoing going
And speaking of that, did you see all that in Texas to where the Democrats walked out on the vote?
No, I did not.
Greg Abbott says that he's going to remove the pay from every one of them that walked out when they were getting ready to vote on it. And he says, we're cutting your pay because you walked out.
Good.
Now,
I think they ought to.
I'm unsure of when the vote will reconvene, but that's in the works right now.
I think a lot of people up in Washington need their pay cut for some of the stuff that they've done. If they're not, being fair about things. I mean, there's no other way to get to these people.
There's a word I'm thinking
because
of.
they're, it's just like they feel like they can do what they want to do. They can make their own rules. Do
you agree with my word, term limits?
Yeah, I do.
I really think that needs to happen.
I think there should be term limits in anything. Mayor, it should be term limits in all, forms of government. In any elections they should be term limits.
It'll take out the corruption that way. It would help anyway.
Yeah.
There's always somebody who can figure out a loophole and get a little something extra, but that would help. Megan, you better say that one too. Segovia. Did I say that correctly?
Segovia. And
she says
Ryan
that
Boykin.
fentanyl does not take a lot to kill someone. What is fentanyl used for to begin?
I'm not even sure. I don't know if maybe.
Is it a good drug and then it's used bad?
I don't know. I probably have it wrong when I'm not even going to mention that because it was one of the stars like that died, and I thought maybe that drug might have had something to do with it. I'm not sure. I don't want to even mention that.
It's bad, but I don't know what
it's bad. And heroin that they mentioned a while ago, that's an awful thing too. I just think drugs are horrible though. I mean, as far as out and, they just take your life away. I mean, it's like you don't have much of a life when you're on them. And then, we see far too many times that it's not a good ending. Used
to, this was, in the Deep South, drugs, you heard about this happening in other states. And it was a far distant thing. That's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that everybody that's watching either knows a friend or has a family member that has been affected by this in some shape, way, or form, to whether it's, even down to alcoholism, to where they take pain pills and then they get hooked. And it just keeps getting bigger, whether they're marijuana smokers that can't break it.
Right.
And that leads to looking for a higher rush. And the next thing you know, somebody's life is gone. They're 40 years old and they're not working because they can't hold a job. They see things. I could go on and on and on about this subject.
LaWanda Grantham said that it's a strong pain medication good for cancer patients.
And highly misused.
It's highly misused. But, we see this so many times with even like pain medicine, other pain medicines. Like I remember like Loratab.
Yeah, that's still misused.
Different. Yeah, it's different, things, but it's misused. Sold on the street, It's just, it's horrible, that we have this kind of mess out here. And the bad thing is sometimes people, I don't know about fentanyl, but like what I was just mentioning, like Loratab. Some people have actual pain and they go and they get the medication thinking that it's going to help them. And then next thing you know, they're hooked on it.
And got to have more.
And they got to have more and more and more. And they don't even plan on that happening. It's just awful. I wish there was some other way to manage pain, but.
Alan Nicholson said that had heard that Michael Jackson used the stuff to sleep.
I think maybe that was the one.
And
that was the one I was going to say a while ago, but I wasn't sure. So
what was it Prince took? He got somebody to get him some, and I forget what that drug was. He got somebody to get it for him, and it was laced with something.
Or some kind of, I can't remember.
Graveyard dead is what happened to him over there. And he was really relative. What was he, 55, something like that? Had the whole world in his hand, had anything he ever wanted, and died because of a drug.
Right.
That's just horrible.
It's sad.
But
We've lost a lot of people to
and it happens to poor people too, like us.
I mean, yeah, anybody can be a victim of that. I mean, anybody.
And
not even when you even don't expect it,
And this is what I don't know, and I don't know a lot about drugs, but meth. I've always heard that it only takes one time to do that. They say that the first time is the biggest that you'll ever get.
And then you're chasing that high from it from then on.
Watch your teeth and all kinds of other things.
It's bad from what I've heard. I've not personally been around that. But
it was something like Dateline or something many, many years ago that I watched, and it said that this was the drug that hits normal Americans, the normal house there, and they're the ones that are doing it. And
I remember years ago that Oxycontin, if I'm saying that right, in one of our, like in a town over in Georgia, it was somewhere where we had kin folks over in Georgia. There were several teens in that town that committed suicide because they were taking that drug.
Couldn't get it in.
Right. I'm talking about grew up, just started taking it and just it ruined their lives. And, it's a bad thing. I mean, I can't imagine what their families went through.
What did Megan just say about fentanyl?
It's a synthetic opioid analgesic that is like morphine, but it's 50 to 100 times more potent.
That's strong stuff. Clay from YouTube said that docs take the pain medicine away from folks in pain because of the demand for the illegal stuff that is out there. And they're trying to keep it off the streets.
Yeah. And I mean, look, it is awful because people have chronic pain and they need to deal with it. And I know a lot of times they'll go to pain clinics and they do the shots and stuff like that so they can manage things. And, but it's like, yeah, it's sad when people who really do need it can't get it because other people have abused it. And, so I feel for.
It would never enter my mind. Now, if I got a cold and she's got some medicine, will I take her medicine? Absolutely. I don't think there's anybody that wouldn't do that from your spouse, but it's a lot bigger scale. You know what I mean by that.
Yeah. Because you never know, like, especially young people. I mean, I've seen this happen. You don't know what's laced with something else.
That's right.
So it's really
even
scary.
down to this legalized marijuana where people will lace that and it will mess you up for life. Kenny Mona mentioned what it was that Michael Jackson had.
Propofol or propanol or I'm not.
It's a big word.
Yeah.
Not sure what it does, but serious stuff there.
Yeah.
Our next story that we go to, this happens in Florida. There's a lot of things that go on in Florida, but you have to think, what are parents thinking here?
I know.
Paintball, and I've never done it, but I hear it's fun to go out and you shoot at each other with paintball.
Usually there's a range you go to that has it, or if you want to do it in your own yard and take your own chance.
We go to ABC. No, this was down in Florida is where they brought this up. Channel 8 down in Florida. And what happens is a father takes a kid. He goes, "Dad, can we go shoot some houses with paintball?" He goes, "Sure." And they go out and they start shooting houses. And I've never shot a paintball gun. I don't know what the sound is.
I don't know what the sound is either, but I know it would ruin a house, painting on the house, it would just ruin it. So
they shoot at a house and a guy standing in his front yard and thinks he's being shot at, returns fire, hits the child. Now the child didn't die, but he thought he was being shot at by drive-by gunfire. Returns fire, the child is hit. The father has been charged with reckless endangerment of a minor and several other charges, and he probably should be charged with that. The homeowner is not going to be charged because he thought he was being attacked. But the dad, I mean, come on.
Yeah, where does common sense fall into that whole scenario?
I know.
It's like there was no common sense at all used.
I was looking for a picture of that, but they didn't provide a picture on that one. But that's just bad stuff there. Not, you're a parent for a reason. You're not their best friend.
You're supposed to be the voice of reason.
Yeah, tell them about it. Do you remember this Democrat senator? She was married. She goes to Washington. She's a congresswoman. She starts having an affair with a lady helper. And then there's pictures of this, and her husband releases the pictures. They're in a bad divorce. Daily Mail posted the pictures, and Fox News posted the headline here. She sued Daily Mail for posting the pictures. Now, they put the little blurry marks where you couldn't see certain areas. But she was totally nude with this woman having some type of something, and she sues Daily Mail for posting the pictures. The judge ordered her to pay the court fees of the Daily Mail now. They said it was public. It was released. They didn't do anything wrong. She's mad, and she's asking for donations to help pay for the court fees now.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
She might get them. I don't know.
Katie Hill is who she is. And let me show you her picture here as we go to her Twitter page. This is her. Do you remember her at all?
I don't remember seeing her.
Yeah, she was a big Democrat, and she was rising, and she's no more after that because there's laws that you cannot have affair with your, what do you call that? Somebody works for you.
Like a coworker.
Yeah, so to speak. I think there's a bigger word that they use, but whoa. So she's got to come up with $220,000 to pay the court fees. So she kind of deserves that.
Yeah.
Remember the homeless guy we brought up yesterday that hit the Asian woman? And
yes, I do remember. And we thought that he'd been arrested, 7 or 8 times?
Here it is this morning. They've dug deeper into this. Since 1989, arrested 41 times for armed robbery, assault, drugs. Look at this.
I mean, really? Like, why? I mean, why? And I wonder why he keeps on doing it. Because what they do, just pop him on the hand,
And there's his rap sheet. Look at this. It just goes on and on and on and on. It started in robbery back in 1989.
He had an assault charge in 92 for a serious injury.
And this would start somewhere around he was around 20 years old. Because he's 48 now, and you take 30 years.
I mean, why did he ever even get out? He's got
grand larceny.
That's just crazy to me.
It goes on and on and on what he's done, and it's been a trend here to where he's been attacking it's women. I don't understand all of this.
I mean, that lady was just walking down the street, and he just out of nowhere just punched her right in the face and knocked her cold out. I mean, it was just awful.
So, and we always say that stuff of watch your surroundings. You can't even see that coming.
No.
She was minding her business.
It's awful. There's just crazy people in this world.
I brought this up on the first one we done weather this morning. Another shooting happened last night in Jackson, Mississippi. It's just one after another. This was in the Richland area, and it did involve a police officer. Details have not come out of it as of yet. This happened around 1 a.m. last night at the Drury Inn Hotel in Ridgeland. So cops were everywhere last night in Jackson trying to investigate what went on.
Well, I did go back and look at the video of the Walmart fight. So, yeah, that was a mess.
A fiasco.
It was. I mean, and it was like widespread across the parking lot. It wasn't like you could even get in or out of an entrance without probably running right into them.
It was a whole bunch of people involved in that one.
It was. I mean, it was just, and the people in the store come out screaming, leave and don't come back on the property.
Right.
So hopefully they'll enforce that. Maybe they got some cameras with some
facial recognition.
Yeah.
Let's hope so. But that was one of the stories that come out last night. This is truly, I remember as a kid, who's here remembers, and back when we were young, TV was not what it is now. If you missed a TV show, you didn't get to see it.
Right. It was gone.
Charlie Brown, when it come out, you missed it, too bad. But Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, it just, as a kid, a car that could fly just really made me go, oh my gosh, I got to see that.
Yeah.
But we go to the star of that show, Dick Van Dyke. He is 95 years old. Look at this fella. I've brought him up several times. He's been in the news lately of different things that he's doing, but he exercises every day. And it's just truly amazing what he does here. And he goes, if you're 95 years old, you need to be doing this. If you're older, keeping yourself in shape.
I mean, he's such a positive role model.
He is.
You know, and, you know, not long ago, he was giving money away.
Yeah.
Just randomly giving money away to people. And
so do you think Mary Tyler Moore was hitting on him all those years?
I don't know.
And he was like, go away.
I don't know. I don't know about that. But I remember him in Mary Poppins.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about Mary Poppins.
He was the chimney sweep guy in there.
Really? You know what? I have to admit this. I've never watched Mary Poppins.
You haven't?
Nope.
I watched that.
I watched O Yeller, and if you have not watched O Yeller, and what was the TV, the movie? It was about the two dogs where the red fern grows. Am I right?
Alden. I had him watch that not long ago, and then we got like the part 2. There's a part 2. I
didn't know that.
A newer version. And
but if you have never watched that, get your grandkids or your kids to watch that. That is a truly good movie.
Yeah.
And then I'll get off my suggesting things, but you and I talked about this movie, I think, the other day. Secondhand Lines.
Oh, yeah.
If you have not watched that movie, sit down with it. It is truly one of the best you will ever watch. A good meaning.
Yeah. I love the older movies and I don't know. Some of the stuff nowadays, when you got to really sit and kind of try to figure out what is going on here, I just don't like movies like that.
And you'll be right in the middle of a good action scene, and then all of a sudden there's a sex scene, and you go, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
It doesn't fit.
Yeah. There's some stuff that's just, I don't know, it would be great without some of the parts, some of the words, some of the language they use. I don't know why they have to just really cater to people who like that, I guess, is what they're trying to do. But
we say good morning to Teresa Miner. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you dropping in there and saying hello to us. Again, we'd love to hear where you're from. And don't forget to click the little bell up there so that you will get updates when we go live. And it's always something that you can find. We break out when news happens and let you know about it. Yes. So join us by doing that.
Milton Sable says Robert Duvall. He was a great actor. He has been he's good in anything he plays in.
He is.
He really is.
I like him. Lonesome Dove and all of that stuff. Woo! I tell you, it doesn't get any better than that.
Didn't he play on Days of Thunder?
Sure did. He was the mechanic.
Yeah.
And you know, that wasn't a bad show either.
No, it was good.
It had a pretty good little meaning to there at the end there. I don't understand why I would never download this or use it. We keep hearing that this is not going to happen, but there are certain people in the United States would love to make you have, I guess you would call it a passport, so to speak, with your COVID vaccination. The headline reads that over 1 million people in New York have downloaded this already, despite, and again, you're putting your information out there for somebody to hack. I wouldn't do it. Don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they're going to require something like that, like you said, pretty soon, but
more and more companies are going, well, you got to do this to be able to get this or that. And,
well, all this, it's just so much mess going on right now. It's just crazy what they're trying to make people do and cram certain things down their throat.
So y'all be careful with your information. And let me say this also. All these things on Facebook that you fill out that says, where'd you go to high school?
Yeah.
What was your favorite pet's name?
These little quizzes that you do. I don't do any of the quizzes.
And you know what the quizzes are for. It's to get your password.
Yeah.
Because most Americans, those little questions that they ask, use that to form their password. And they sit there and that's how they get into your Facebook accounts.
Yeah, I don't do any of those. But I mean, they look fun and they look cute, some of them, you know, but I don't do it.
Yeah, so just a little heads up there. Don't forget that. We talk about our friends at Snowden Company. If you're getting ready to sell your home or you're getting ready to buy a home, talk to Amanda. Let's let the professionals help you out here, get you into a home or sell your home and get you the most that you can for your home. It's one of the biggest investments in most cases of people like us. It is the biggest investment without a doubt. And they can help you walk through this. If it's time to sell during a demand, this high inventory time, it's low right now. And, well, the pros can handle all this. Let them do the work for you. They offer extraordinary marketing skills. They can help you out there. Exposure. They have tons of ways to get this out there. You can visit them online at snowdenrealestate.com. Precise attention to all the detail that is needed. Many homes to choose from, and they handle this in Lauderdale, also Kemper, Newton, Neshoba counties, and Clark County. If you've got a home in any of these counties, call 453-3937. They'll set you up.
That's right.
Go through all of this. Many homes to choose from.
We have a new school year coming up. If
Right.
you want to be in a certain school district, Amanda can help you out with that.
All right, and she'll be there till 5 o'clock this afternoon, Saturday by appointment only, closed on Sunday. Talk to them. Let them handle all of this for you to where it's just simply signing your name. They'll explain it all and make it simple. A designated seller representative, I almost said nailer. Maybe she does get out and hammer a little bit there. They can build a home for you if you need them to do that. Talk to them at Snowden and Company Real Estate right here in Meridian. See them on Poplar Springs Drive. They'll help you in so many ways.
I'm Rick from Meridian. My life changed forever on my way home from work one Friday night, but I was able to focus on getting healthy because I had Richard Schwartz fighting for me every day. He got me the money I needed to get my life back on track.
I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
So what's your big plans today? Anything going up?
I'm just going to be pretty busy at work when I get there today doing hair. So, yeah, I'm going to be back to back today. And then this evening we have, if it's not raining, baseball practice for the All-Star baseball team.
There is a 30% chance of showers. If you've got a ball game or something planned today, there is a 30% chance. And it's roughly after 5 o'clock this afternoon that we could get that. So
We might not be able to practice. But
Yeah.
that's the plan, though, for today.
believe this or not, we're already on June the 3rd. We're 1 month away from the big celebration of July 4th.
Yes.
I haven't seen the plans yet for our area, if there's going to be a fireworks show or not.
I heard you were having like a massive
one, and I didn't know
firework
it.
display.
Were you here the year that the
No, but I heard about what you're fixing to say. I heard about the mishap.
Yeah, we had, and I think it was Donovan in charge of this. Somehow or another, where the fireworks were lit, it hit the ground and started shooting at the house, and it was like, everybody was running, trying to get out of the line of fire.
I heard Angie talking about it. She said people ran around the other side of the house. There was people coming from over here. That would have been scary but funny.
My brother left. I mean, he got in his car and left. He didn't even tell me goodbye.
We've had that happen, though, where you set it down on something like a brick or something, and you go to light it, and then the wind blows it over or something, and then it shoots in the wrong direction.
Right.
But, oh, goodness.
And never, ever with fireworks think, well, that didn't blow up. And you go lean over to pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
It'll go off when you least expect it.
Remember last year or the year before, I think, it was a mishap with that happened and hit somebody in the face. That was really scary. But yeah, you have to be extra careful with fireworks.
It's fun.
Yeah.
But
I love to watch them. I don't want to be up there lighting them.
I love all that stuff that goes up and goes, ta, 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 and then it falls.
Oh, yeah,
it's
me
just
too.
beautiful.
Yeah, I love to. We had our neighbors down the road last 4th of July had a really good set of fireworks. I mean, it was like really, really good,
So
like commercial grade.
Has Candace moved into, let's just let them buy them when we got in the yard and watch theirs?
No, they invited us like last minute. We went down there and I mean, Alden used to be scared to death of them when he was little, but now he likes them. So.
Dogs will be missing July 5th because, I say this in advance, just remember your puppy dogs don't like that.
Right. Put them inside or where they can't, where
Yeah.
they can't be scared of the fireworks, because they always tend to run off. But if you've never been to Nashville, I will tell you on the 4th of July.
I have not.
That is the best fireworks display.
On the Cumberland?
It's on the river.
Yeah,
right
the
there.
Cumberland River.
Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. And they do it to the sound of the music and all. It's
Wow.
so pretty. It's like, I mean, they probably do televise it, I would imagine. If not, it ought to be because it's really good.
I need to ask Ricky Bobby out at Why Not Motorsports Park. He usually does a huge fireworks. Now, I need to ask him if they're doing that again this year. I'll find out and see if Why Not is doing one of those also this year. We say good morning to Teresa Short, who is joining us on Facebook. Thank you.
Yes, good morning.
Appreciate that. Let's see here. We find out now after research that vitamin D, well, it's not really, because I heard that if you feel like you're getting sick, go start
I've been
taking
taking it every day.
Yeah.
Giving it to my son.
I did.
Yeah.
They say it's not really going to help after they've done research.
Yeah. It might not help against that, but I would think it would.
It helps
help
other
in
things.
some way.
But COVID is not going to help. So just in case you wanted to know that, I took a concoction. It was like 12, 15, I don't know. It was a bunch of things. They said if you think you've been
Yeah.
exposed.
Zinc, vitamin D, something else.
No. What's that stuff that, Mucinex?
Yeah. Metamucil. That was for something different, Scott.
Yeah, Mucinex. And I took that for like because my neighbor got it one time and I thought, whoa, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And so but I didn't get it, but I'm not sure that helped at all.
Right.
It made me mentally
never know.
think that I was good.
Just, I think prayer is the best thing. Just pray you don't get it.
Yeah. Am I pronouncing this right? How do you say that first name?
Solois
Vaughn. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you joining in. We had another miracle this week as a plane was going down, and thankfully, no one was hurt. Endings are not always this good, but this worked out well here. This was in California. The plane quits, the engine has trouble, and they land on a highway there.
This is amazing when people can do this without hitting a vehicle. I mean, it's just
right down through there. So congratulations on that. That is good news. Yeah, when was it that Harrison Ford had that accident and his plane landed on a golf course and it crashed? He made it out all right. It was 2-3 years ago, something like that?
I think so. He flies a good bit.
Yeah. I have never wanted to be a pilot. Yep.
Yeah, me
leave
either.
it to the
I don't
professionals.
want to be a passenger either.
Chicken.
Yeah, I am. I'll just be the first one to say I don't like it.
So the next time the Blue Angels ask us to fly, it's your turn.
No, it is not.
Because
I
it's-
will not go up and I will not. I don't care if you give me $1,000. I'm not going up in there.
From what I understand, Debbie told me, and I forced her because I wouldn't do it. But she said that the stunt planes were worse than the Blue Angels. Those small World War II planes. She said it was worse than Blue Angels.
Did she ride in that too?
Yes, she done it all because I wouldn't do it.
I'm not doing it.
They almost had me talked into flying. Susan Jenkins did in Junkins in the Fat Boy plane of the Blue Angels. The big. I almost done that, and then I watched the video and thought,
where it goes straight up
Yeah.
and then it just falls.
Yeah,
It's falling. No, no, thank you.
not for me.
I'll watch it all day long, but I don't want to be one of the guinea pigs to go up in it. No.
This broke yesterday afternoon. We don't know why, really. There is just so much speculation going on with this. Trump, from the desk of Donald J. Trump, y'all know what I'm talking about, his new website, it has been shut down. It's gone. 29 days is all it made it. And the rumor has it is he took it down because he was being mocked, that it was not having a lot of action on the webpage. And Trump is not one to have something that's a failure. He done away with it.
Well, I'll even admit it was kind of confusing to me as to what exactly it was.
Best I can tell, it was just a place for him to type out a letter and you go read it.
Yeah.
Because it was not like a social platform. And I think so many people expected it to be that when that was probably like something they're going to release before the other one comes out. And would you not hate to be the guy that told him to put that up?
Oh, yeah.
I bet Trump is all over him.
He just should have waited
Oh, yeah.
and just launched what he's talking about launching, and not put anything before that.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. We'll see. I am still curious as to what's going to be coming with this.
Yeah.
Can you interact? Is it where other people can do it, or is it just a Twitter type thing? The Twitter thing does not excite me whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm not on Twitter, so
It's a little harder to use
I don't
there.
tweet.
You're not a tweeter. Amazon. Do you partake of this every year?
We have ordered some stuff, like for the wedding. We ordered some stuff.
They
on
say
Amazon.
you save a lot of money, and this is their annual Prime Day. It's going to take place June 21st and 22nd.
Okay.
2 million deals of top brands worldwide. And if you've been waiting for something, I guess that's the day to do it.
I don't know of anything that I've been looking for that you couldn't find on Amazon. So
It's there. They're making now. Since you brought that up, the guy that owns Amazon is the same guy that is trying to buy MGM.
really,
Okay. And you go, well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, he doesn't like Donald Trump. If you remember, that same company owned The Apprentice. There were edits to where off camera that weren't on the show, the outtakes, I guess you could say, that Donald Trump said. And they say once he gets control of all of that, he'll start releasing it, trying to make Donald Trump look bad. So just so you won't be surprised, if that deal goes through and it really looks like it's going to happen, Jeff Bezos will own that and then start using Donald's own words to hurt him. Anything he can do to stop the 24 election. Thought I'd throw that out there since we were on that subject there.
I think people are going to be so sick of what's going on right now. I mean, they already are, but I'm just saying, or the way things are going right now.
Right.
They're already have had their feel of it. So by 2024, I don't know that any mess like that is going to even really
Right.
apply. I don't think it's gonna make a difference.
So have you ever been one of the ladies that got Botox?
No.
I don't know much about Botox or any of the other things that you can put into your face, but a James Bond girl goes, I'm 78 and holy cow, I wish I hadn't have done that. I think her face is stuck just like this.
Yeah, she looks permanently surprised.
Yeah, and it's botched and it cannot be fixed. This is what she looks like now. And as you scroll down, this is what she used to look like. And I understand in Hollywood that you try to look your best, but it is harmful from time to time if you overdo something or use a product that hadn't been tested yet.
I mean, I don't personally think there's anything wrong with a little bit of something here and there. I mean, really, it's up to the individual. If they want to get something done, that's their prerogative.
Right.
But me personally, I wouldn't mind having like this wrinkle in my forehead to be gone at some point, because I do this. So if I could not do that and just like not move that part of my
Yeah.
that'd be great.
But it does, that area right there does happen. And is it this called the crow's feet
Like
in this
right
section?
here, crow's feet, and so I don't mind that so much. But this, I find myself, it's a habit that I do this a lot. And so I have a permanent wrinkle there.
So if
I
you're
hate that. I look mad all the time.
well, that's what I was getting to. If you're a mad person all the time, you're going to age quicker than the rest of everybody. So smile.
Well, I'm not mad all the time. I have that.
But what I meant by that was
disappointed
you've
look.
met people that are always in a bad, frowning
Yeah.
mood.
Yeah, there are people out there.
And that's what I'm saying. You folks need to cheer up and smile. You're going to age quicker than the rest of us. Barbara Singleton on cable, channel 248 is where you need to go to find this on television. So that's where that is. Let's see what else is going on this morning as we look at a couple of more headlines here. All right, we'll come back to Anheuser-Busch here in just a second and talk about they're teaming up with Biden to do a little something. So we'll tell you about that in just a second. Right now, we're going to talk about our friends, well, at Master Flow Plumbing. What they do anywhere from Hattiesburg south to the coast, if you've got a plumbing problem, that's what they do. Correct me when I start getting my P's all tied up there.
All right. I'm going to give you a little help.
A little help there. Of course, they do all of this when it comes to your home. If you've got a problem with your plumbing underneath it, they climb under, they tunnel, they get to the problem, fix it and repair it, and then put all the dirt back. Put it right back the way it was so there won't be problems later. If you've got a sewer line problem, something backing up, your commode won't flush, it's simple as that. They'll replace the line, find the problem. If you've got a crack from years of deterioration, they come in and fix that. If you've got lines that have been run that tree roots have grown through, they can fix that in no time flat. I'm going to tell you, that's a hard dig to fix something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So talk to them. They'll help you. This is under a home where the pipes have rusted out, and they go back in and replace it with PVC. Handy, handy, handy. This is a slab leak. One of the worst things that can happen to a home, and you go, what do I do? They'll reroute everything and fix it for you. From as simple as getting a faucet or even your shower heads redone there. And those knobs that will no longer turn because they're corroded.
Yes.
Yeah, we know that. If you have a problem and your pipes are not draining, $125 cleaned out. This is a pretty good deal here. Yeah. They're going to guarantee it for 60 days, and they're not going to hit you with a $100 charge just to come to your house. It's flat, it's simple, $125. No hidden fees whatsoever. Also, if you need a water tank done, a commode, or if you need some tile done. They do excellent work with all of that. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah, see them today.
If you have a toddler that likes to cram things down the toilet.
Whoops. That does happen occasionally.
That does, you know.
Licensed and insured. They've been doing this for 36 years. Yeah. See them today. They'll help you in all ways possible there to help you with your plumbing.
We had just moved to Mississippi when an 18-wheeler hit our little car. We called Richard Schwartz. He was very professional, kind, and caring. But maybe most importantly, he got us the result we were looking for.
I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we turn to talk about this young lady who is just up the street from us.
That's right. Tiffany Bleau Décor Boutique. It's located in the Atrium Mall on 493 in Meridian, Mississippi. It's at North Hills. And also she has a store in it's called Rustic Couture and Equipment on Archusa Avenue.
See that? All military gets a 10% every day. It doesn't have to be a holiday. You're going to get a discount. Just say, hey, I get my 10%. They'll do that at the register there for you.
That's right. She has gifts for under $20. All kind of candles, tea towels that have little sayings on them.
Yeah.
I mean, she has clothing, jewelry, furniture that's modern style mixed with rustic, and these cute furry little slippers.
Yeah.
That make a great gift, especially if you have a teenager. They
Now,
love those.
these have sold out several times. So if you're wanting some furry, however you want to say that,
Fluffy furry.
get in today and see them to make sure to get your pair.
Right. Scotty Ray likes the blush pink.
That's my style.
It
I
is.
think
It's
I would
his
look
color.
good in that. And of course, always, if you need something soft to wear, they've got these right here. These are comfortable
And
right
the
here.
matching robe. That's
Yes.
cute. That's really cute. That really would make a great graduation present.
It would be.
Or after graduation present, birthday present, all kind of cute things.
From tops to anything like that, they have that for you with paintings. They've got these throughout the store there.
Really, she's got some beautiful paintings, and some of them are even original paintings that she has done herself.
Yeah, that one on the right there is. See that? And of course, if you need something to put your keys in, these little whatnots, they got them all over the place, and pillows to help your house there.
That's
it's
right.
all at Tiffany Bleau.
Tiffany Bleau Décor Boutique, located in the Atrium Mini Mall in North Hills, and also in Quitman, the Rustic Couture.
All right, as we begin this Thursday, it is great to be here, and we want to say thank you again to everybody joining us. Tomorrow, we're going to have a chance for you to win lunch out at Chino's, San Marcos Mexican restaurant. We got some trivia coming up on Friday, so if you'd like to win lunch, make sure to join us tomorrow. At the end of the week, can you believe that?
I know. Hopefully we'll have some fun questions. We had some good ones the other day.
Yeah, so that's coming up tomorrow. Be in for that. As I mentioned, Biden, he's teaming up with Anheuser-Busch to give away some free beer. And you go, do what? Yeah, they're doing this around giving away for 200,000 vaccinated Americans. So be ready for that. I guess that's a team that is good together there.
Yeah, I guess so.
So we'll see how that goes there. But Biden, yeah. Let's see. The Kentucky Derby thing just keeps getting deeper and deeper. And by now, I don't care where you're at, you've seen this headline about this. As we look at this, the trainer has been banned for a 2-year period. The horse tested again. They've done a second backup there of the winner, and he's going to lose that $1.8 million prize.
Oh, goodness. So
So-
he tested positive again?
Yeah, they've done another deeper sample on the horse, and that's the horse there. And we'll lose all of that. And he claimed that it was a cream that he put on the horse. Do I know the real truth? No.
So the jockeys who ride the horses, I'm sure they get paid
Yes.
to do that. So does that mean he loses his money too for the ride? that
Yes,
he did?
it-
So he just
or the
lost-
owner still owes him, but
Right,
I'm
okay.
sure it's a contract to where if you win, you get X amount more.
Yeah.
But I guess there's a clause that says if I'm a cheater,
One person can ruin it for everybody.
yeah,
for sure.
and that's a mess there because
Yeah.
that tarnishes that guy's name for a long, long time. Let's see here. I didn't want to go there. Let's see here.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go here.
All right, let's pull this up here.
Yeah, because I'm
As we look at these, Portland teacher says that colleagues who don't want to teach critical race theory are like pedophiles and warns they should be fired because of their views. That's not true.
No, it's not. I think it's totally wrong. I don't think they should be teaching this in the schools. I think it's wrong.
Now, the New York school that costs so much, what is it, $50,000,
It's a lot
$60,000
of
a year?
money. Yeah, a lot of money.
That has been kind of the headline of all of these stories where parents are pulling their kids out of that school and not taking it anymore. Trump had started a thing called the 1776 to where it was going to teach the true American history that has been disbanded by Biden. That's gone, over with.
Right. I just think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. I don't think they should be teaching this in the school. I hope that our governor of the state of Mississippi steps up and says no to this. Because I just think it's totally wrong. I
Yeah.
don't think they need to be teaching that to children. I don't know if anybody's seen the video of the man. He's a black man and he has a little girl, and they're talking about the critical race theory and what he thinks it's wrong also. He thinks that it should not be taught in school and that the children should not judge each other by the color of their skin. They shouldn't even be taught that,
I hadn't
They
seen
should
that.
be, taught to love one another. It doesn't matter what color your skin is, and give everybody equal rights, no matter what color your skin is.
Right.
Everybody has the ability in this country to become what they want to if they work hard at it, and they shouldn't be made to think that they're oppressed. From an early age. I just think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. I think you're setting these people up for failure, and I feel like the more the government can keep people oppressed and make them feel like they are, they have the upper hand, and I just think it's wrong.
We'd like to say thank you for dropping by today. It's been a great show.
Yes.
We appreciate all these comments that
We
have
do.
come in today. Make sure to join us again. We'll be back tomorrow morning beginning at 8 a.m. Thank y'all so much for joining us here with Scotty Ray and Candace.
Have a wonderful, blessed day.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by